I run an honesty stand that's open one day a week, but for that one day a week, I work full-time hours to prepare for it. In fact, it's actually way more than full-time hours. This is 2 days before we're open. Now, normally I am not to be seen making bread on a Thursday, but I had a special event that I was making the bread for. So as well as my usual stuff that I'm doing on a Thursday, I also had 18 loads of bread to make. So that was my priority on this day because they were being collected that evening. And once I had some bread on proving, it was time to package all the Rocky Road that I'd made the day before. This week's flavour of Rocky Road was Kinder. I love making Rocky Road because it doesn't require any baking time and also it lasts for ages, so I can make it a few days in advance. However, this was me really regretting the packaging that I used because I just put them in these bags and I thought they look crap. I thought they looked really cheap. All of the plastic just got all messy from the chocolate and I just thought it looked rubbish. So I was having a little rethink about that. And whilst I was thinking about that, I was still getting on with my bread. This was my first batch. This was just my OG Tiger bread, and this is just before it goes into the oven when it gets its coating of a rice flour sesame oil paste, which is what makes Tiger bread Tiger bread. And this is my second batch of bread on its second prove, which is when I add in the inclusions, and this is my red Leicester and jalapeno. And then this is my chocolate bread, which was going on for its first prove. The chocolate bread has chocolate running through the dough, and then I add real bits of chocolate in the second prove as an inclusion. Got back to my Rocky Road and did decide to change all the packaging, which I was a little bit annoyed about because obviously that first packaging, I can't reuse that now and it all goes in the bin. But I know that I just would not have been happy if I'd have kept it in those bags, and I was very, very happy with how they turned out, and they looked loads better in the bags that I ended up using. I don't usually slice my loaves, but for the event that I was selling these to, they needed to be sliced. It was actually a bread and butter evening with different flavoured breads, which obviously I was providing to prepared with different flavoured butters. And I was very, very pleased when they were all done and packaged and they were collected that evening. Usually I get all my cookie dough done on the Tuesday or Wednesday, which is then frozen and then baked on the Friday and Saturday. However, this week just kind of went to pot a little bit because my husband was ill all week, which meant I had no help really with like childcare. So the things that he normally does to make my life easier on these prep days, i.e. like taking my little girl to Brownies, doing the kids dinner, doing bedtime, those things didn't happen because I was basically solo parenting while he was trying to recover. Him helping with those things really makes such a difference because it just gives me the time that I need so that I can work. But this week, this is why I'm still doing cookie dough on a Thursday when normally it's already done, just because I was running behind. But I ended up getting about 150 cookie dough balls done of my white chocolate confetti cookies, and they were put in the freezer, and then I got